we are going to be making some fun dorm room hack food type things. It's just for stuff when you don't have a full kitchen. So we're going to be making a quesadilla with only a toaster. It'll end up like this. Hopefully yours is a little less burnt, or if you like it like this. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so we're gonna take our tortilla, and then we're gonna put some just regular cheese on it. And just cover the top half pretty much till, however much cheese you want. That looks good. So it's about half. Then we're gonna fold in the edges so that they almost touch in the middle. And then we're gonna just fold it straight up in half. Make sure that it kind of stays in line. So you have a little pocket like this. And then you just put it right in your toaster, straight down, 4 minutes or whatever you think your toaster will need. So do that.
And the end result looks like?
The end result looks like this guy. And so when you take it out of the toaster, it'll look like this. And if you want it to be a little bigger, you can pull it apart and open up the sides. I think it's fine like this. It's really pretty good. Yeah.
Grab some sour cream, grab a little salsa,
Yeah.
and there you go. Quesadilla in the toaster.
Quesadilla. Cool. All right, so now, as our second dorm room food option, we have some good old top ramen. And we're gonna make it in a coffee maker. So, you're gonna wanna break it into 4 so that it'll fit. And then, I'm gonna take it and open it up. Oh gosh, my water is brewing. We're gonna pour our ramen into here. Get it all in there. All right.
We bought a little apartment size coffee maker.
Thank you to my Secret Santa. But yeah, and you're just gonna let it brew the water into your pot, and it'll cook your water. And then after a few minutes, it'll be ready to eat. Just pour your seasoning packet into there, and you'll be good to go. Some good dorm room top ramen. All right, so our next dorm recipe is, if you don't necessarily want your chicken ramen for the 5th time this week, just get a can of chili and make some simple chili getty. So how that works is make your ramen how we showed you in the last one, and just strain it out with a fork, nothing fancy. Strain out your water. All right, cool. It's okay if there's a little bit of water left, it'll help thin out the chili. And then, take your chili that has a pull tab on it.
Because you might not have a can opener in your dorm room, you know.
Yes. And just open that right up. Canned chili. Okay. And then you're going to open this guy up and put a little bit of chili in there. Probably wouldn't put the whole can for just one thing of noodles. And stir that up. And then you can put this back in your coffee maker to help warm up that chili. Give it a minute, and then once it's all done, you have some good old chili getty.
You could also use like the marinara sauce. You could put that on there if you wanted. You could get a thing of like Cheese Whiz. You could put that in there, kind of have a mac and cheese idea. But some great ideas for your lovely top ramen in the dorm room.
Yum, chili getty.
What are some things that a person can do to make sure that they have a good mental health state of being?
I think there's some basic things that you can do, starting off with things like following routine, getting up in the morning, making sure you're taking a shower regularly, eating right, getting a little bit of exercise. And when I say exercise, you don't have to spend hours working out in the gym. Being able to just go and get the mail, walk outside a little bit, get some sunshine, those things just helps promote your overall health.
Great. What are some things you can do if you find yourself really struggling? Those are great things to do to start out and to help make sure that you have good mental health. But what if you do those things and you're still finding yourself, having bad thoughts or, not wanting to get out of bed?
So one of the primary things you can do, and some students feel more comfortable with it than others, is journaling. And the idea behind journaling is that you're able to reflect on your day and see what's actually happening to you throughout the day. So are you getting up? Are you following that routine? Are you eating healthy? Are you doing some of the basic things? Do you have healthy relationships in your life? So journaling is a way that you can kind of identify where you're hitting and missing on those like hot button topics throughout the day. But also I think it's important that if you're not feeling your best, that you can go out and seek help. Maybe, right? So there's some counseling, there's mental health options, but even going to a friend that you trust and being able to talk to them about what you're going through. So maybe they're going to be identifying, hey, you're actually staying up all night because you're really stressed about this one class, or maybe you're having a boyfriend issue and so that's keeping you up, and you're going to be able to identify really quickly, hey, I'm not getting enough sleep to get through my day in a nice way. Maybe it's your job that's providing all of this stress for you. So maybe is this the right job for you? So journaling and being able to reflect on your time gives you valid information on what your life is actually looking like and the things that you're enjoying and that you're not enjoying.
Those are great. What about physical activity and sunlight?
So really important, this is a very common mental health practice, right? If you are sitting alone in the dark by yourself, you are likely to feel very negative and you might be feeling down and depressed. Your thoughts might go a little crazy. You might be having thoughts of like, I don't want to get out of bed. I'm really, really tired. Those are natural indicators just from being alone in the dark. So when you get out and get some exercise and get some sunshine, you automatically will feel a lift just naturally. It's a physiological response that promotes your overall mental health.
I want to put my 2 cents in there. My students know from my videos that I started yoga a little bit before the quarantine, and I continued to do yoga, and it's 30 minutes of the day where I can take time out for my physical well-being, for my mental well-being. I can clear my mind. I can reflect on the day. It just helps me reset myself. And it's true. The yoga gal that I watch, she talks about when you do certain poses, your mind automatically kicks in these endorphins, and this happens, whether you know it or not. It's uplifting. It's a great advice. All right, so what to do if you've done all of that and you are still struggling? What are some places that some professional help ideas?
So it really depends on where you live. If you're staying in the Oroville area or Okanagan County, our go-to mental health service organization is Okanagan Behavioral Health Care. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. You can just give them a call. They will give you an appointment time and walk you through the process. If you're not comfortable with their agency organization, there are private providers. And how you're going to find those is to go through your local health department. So let's say even you move away from here, you go to a new city, and you're not sure what services are there, what's available. Your local health department, DSHS, they have a list of services that are available in the area for the overall population. If you're going to be on a college campus, there's admissions. Online, you're going to be able to see there's mental health counseling service available. And typically, those are free services. Those are not something that you have to pay for. Depending on the university, they might have like 10 free sessions, and then they might start using student insurance. But for the most part, those are things that are provided universally at those college campuses. So you're going to find those at your student services, the admissions. You're going to be able to see them online if you just do a search in the search engine. And those are pretty typical things. It would be pretty typical as you're moving into adulthood to want to seek those services, either to just reflect and see how you're doing in life, or maybe you're having some struggling, maybe you're having relationship problems, maybe you're doing some long distance things, and you're finding that you just need that extra help and support. It's really not about the label of mental health or you getting extra help. It's really just a person that's trusted, that has some unique skills that would be able to help you reflect on what you really want and how to get to your goals.
That's great.
Hello. Today I wanted to talk with you about relationships, and more importantly, talking to you about healthy relationships. And I look at it thinking of there being 4 cornerstones. And what I see those are as respect for each other and yourself, communication,
Forgiveness.
and honesty and loyalty. So I look at those 4 cornerstones, and the first one that we will start with is respect for each other and for yourself. And some ideas that I have around that is there's so many ways in a relationship to be respectful towards each other. There's also, unfortunately, many ways to be disrespectful to each other. And I think that respectful can be everything from grabbing the door when you see that other person walking in with a bag full of groceries and their hands are full, to when you're arguing with them, saying things to them that are respectful towards them, like not using words that are hurtful, not using things against them that have happened in the past. And then also always make sure whatever you're saying to somebody, that the next day when this argument is over or these feelings have subsided, that you feel okay with what you said. Or the next cornerstone is communication. And communication can go back to the thing for respect, like I said, using kind words, not picking on things with somebody that they can't really control or don't have a lot of control over. It meant that you are arguing in a way that's fair, that you are talking to someone about what your feelings are when you're communicating with them, that you're honest with them in what you're saying, so you can take time and really tell them how you feel about something, or even telling them about your day or things that happened and how that made you feel. That's all part of communication and working together on things. And I think as a partner also, when someone is communicating with you, it's really taking time, stopping what you're doing, put down your phone, turn around and face that person and look at them eye to eye so that they know that they have your full attention. Also, hear what they're saying. Take time, be quiet, let them talk, let them tell you about either something that's frustrating them, something that's making them happy, things that happen in their day, etc. But let them have time to be able to say what they need to say, and then respond back. And I know that you guys have seen the things when they talk about, paraphrase some of the things that the person had said so that they know that you did hear what they said, and that really solidifies that I was listening to you. I actually heard what you said, and then respond to that, so that that gives a lot of validation to the person that you're communicating with, and it just continues to build relationship, continues to build trust with them, and those things are huge in relationships and strong relationships. Another thing is forgiveness. Forgiveness is huge, and the thing I always think about or talk about with my husband is when something happens between us that hurt my feelings or I'm upset about or feel sad about, I need time to think about it. So I need time to kind of decompress, to kind of get away and think about it. And sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so dumb. I just totally took that the wrong way. I need to move on from this and forgive him, because I know he didn't mean it that way. He would never say that thing to me, and move on. Or if it continues to bother me, then I go and find him and talk to him, communicate with him, make sure that his phone's put down, he's not, hanging out on Facebook or whatever, or looking at his Instagram, and actually hears what I have to say, so that I'm communicating, I'm being honest with him, and then also that I can work towards him and forgiveness. When I was asking my husband what were some of the things that he thought were cornerstones of relationships, he was saying things like having a sense of humor, that person is your best friend, or nearly your best friend if it's in a friendship relationship, that you have similar interests. We also talked about the fact that a relationship is hard work, and it's hard work that never ends. And then my last cornerstone is honesty and loyalty. And I just think that is a huge thing, because it's, can I trust you? Can I trust you that what you're telling me is true? Or how can I believe you if a week ago you told me something and it wasn't the truth? And I think that loyalty and trust are huge in being honest with each other. And also loyalty is huge too. And I find it with my kids. I find it with people, that you work with or that you live around, or any of that, your community, friends. A few other things that I think is huge, that are just some little things, is in 30 years, one of our cornerstones that we have is divorce is not an option. And so there have been times over 30 years that I was like, I am ready to throw in the towel. I'm done with this. It's crazy. This is not fun, etc. And because we have kids, because I believe so strongly in the covenant of marriage, that we just always say divorce is not an option. You got to figure it out. And there's been times it's been hard, but we have, and we've pushed through, and I'm very, very thankful that we always have. Another thing, each day is a new beginning. So if you have an argument yesterday about something, and you go through and you talk about it and you come to an understanding with it and you forgive him or he forgives you, it's done. You don't come back the next week, the next day, the next month and bring up what happened or what he said, or which that goes back to a lot of the making sure that you're being respectful to each other. Because if he called you a bad name a month ago, that could still be hurtful a month later. And so I think of those kind of things. You want to be careful, but you also want to make sure that you remember each day is a new beginning. Have fun together. Do fun stuff together. Take time and have a date night when you're dating, when you're married, and especially when you have kids. And make time for the two of you so you keep conversation. And even at night too, I try really hard every night just having conversation about our day and things that happened and stuff that went on and people we saw, and then planning for the next day. Hey, what meetings do you have? What appointments do you have? When do you think you'll be home tomorrow night? So we can kind of plan those kind of things out too. Make sure that this person that you're with makes you laugh and helps you be the best person that you can be. And you want somebody that wants you to reach for your dreams. You want somebody that supports you in some of those crazy things that you decide to do. Maybe start a business or go back and get additional education or whatever. You want that person that inspires you to be better every single day. And so I just think of relationships are complicated. Some days they're difficult. Most of the time they're amazing. But the cornerstones of always being respectful, having great communication, practicing forgiveness for your partner and yourself, and then always being honest and loyal. I wish you guys always the best, and I hope that in your lifetime you have some amazing relationships.
Hi, my name's Marie, and I'm with Gear Up. Thank you so much for watching this video. It has a lot of good information. I'm just going to take a few minutes and close with something called mindfulness, and you may have heard about it. And it can help at any time, especially now when so many people are feeling down. Mindfulness can help you stay in the present moment so that you're not carrying regrets about the past or worries about the future, that you have a little break. And one way to do that is to focus on the breath. So we're going to be doing 2 exercises. And the first is this breathing exercise. And I want you to remember this because throughout your whole life, you're going to have your breath. So it's something that you can rely on. And this kind of breathing actually helps your brain. So this is called box breathing. When you breathe in for 4 seconds and you hold it for 4 seconds, and then breathe out for 4 seconds and hold that. And what you want to do is do this 4 times, and you can do it anytime. And it's good to remember to do if you're in a stressful situation because it can help you. So let's do this once and remember to try to do it 4 times. The good thing about this exercise is you can do it anywhere, when you're on the bus or in the park or in class or at home. All right, so ready? We'll breathe in for 4, hold for 4, 2, 3, 4, out for 4, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and then you inhale again, and you continue this. So that is one practice that can help your brain. Another practice is a gratitude list, and you've probably heard about this, but because of neuroplasticity, our brain is constantly creating new neural pathways. And one way that we can help the brain is through gratitude, and that's pretty incredible. So if you're in a hard situation, take a few minutes, do the breathing, and try to think of anything. The way the wind is blowing through the trees outside my window, that is something I'm grateful for. I'm also grateful for these things. Coffee, because I love coffee, always have. I'm grateful for my friends Ellen and Melody. They bring a lot of joy to my life. And then I am grateful for clouds because I really love the sky. So it can be simple things like this. It doesn't have to be big material things that you may or may not have. So do the breathing, do a gratitude list, and that can bring you hope. And lastly, what I'd like you to do is when you're feeling sad or anxious, I encourage you to reach out to a friend, to a doctor, a teacher, a religious leader, anybody who you trust that you can open up to. And I want you to know that there's a 24/7 crisis text line, and you can use it. It's a national line, and you can be anonymous. All you have to do is text 741-741 if you're in a crisis, to text with a counselor that can help you. So I hope the breathing, the gratitude list, and the reaching out will help bring you hope. And I wish the best for you. And I'm so glad that you participated in the Gear Up program. And thanks again for watching this, and good luck with everything. All right, take care.